How about a little Ziggy Stardust in your wallet? In London, an interesting alternative currency bearing the face of rock singer David Bowie has recently come into circulation. The local currency is specialized for the Brixton community in southwest London. It's officially called the Brixton Pound. The local currency, even with its cool look, is not intended as a collectible, but to encourage trade at the community businesses where they are accepted and to keep the money local rather than out of town and into the coffers of multinational corporations. This is one of those things, think global but act local. Put the money back into your local businesses. And the way they've done this is with these great art pieces, which are now pieces of money, including the Thin White Duke.
I mean, this is amazing. Just the idea of acting locally and bringing back the sense of community with a uber local currency, it's amazing. I wonder how happy the Central Bank of England is about this.
We are going to get to that because they are none too enthused. As a matter of fact, they said, let me find it, not surprisingly, the Bank of England said this: local currency schemes lead to significant and unanticipated impacts on aggregate economic activity. And guess what? That's not going to stop anybody, okay? So if you take a look at some of these, that's the £5 Brixton, and there's also a £20. Now, the Brixton Pound is not the only microcurrency in the UK right now. The first was the Bristol Pound, which is what you're seeing right now, and it is probably the most widely used. It's also the only one that's managed by a financial institution. You can pay your taxes with it. But there's also the Oxford Pound, the Kingston Pound, and the Palace Pound. And if you want a Bowie Brixton note here in the States, you can get it off eBay.
Oh, that's amazing. You were talking before we went on air about this concept of financial activism. Please share that with us.
That was the whole idea behind this. Even as cool as it is of putting, somebody like David Bowie on a bill, that was not the main point. He's a local boy. He's from Brixton. Tom Shakhli, who was the manager of the Brixton Pound effort, said this: they, meaning the populace, they are using it because they want to feel connected to the local area. Every time you use it, you're like a financial activist. You're taking part in this act which is subverting the norm, which is to hand over your £10 note very passively. Now you're taking part. Now you're embodying your immediate neighborhood. So I think it's great. And the Bank of England, we'll see what they do.
No, of course they're going to be angry, but I think it's very important to see this happening in the world. When you think of what's happening in Greece and the burden that a central bank and the Central European Bank puts on a community that might be better off using a local currency to generate this type of community sense, it's something that we might well see in the future happening more and more, and the pressure of central banks saying, no, wait, please don't try to get my money because that's our money. We just lend it to the citizens once in a while.
Jose, you've nailed it. That is actually a big part of what they're doing here, which is to redefine what money is and what it must look like. Why can't it have a black historian? Why can't it have a rock star? Why can't it have who knows on it, a cartoon, which some of these do? Why could it be a children's drawing? So we're redefining money, what it means to us and how we get it. We'd love to know what you think. If you have any Bowie pounds on you, please let us know in the comments below. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the Loop TV.